we're gonna go on through this. Okay. Yeah, brother. Okay. State your name for the record.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You state your name enough for the record.
Yes, sir. I'm Willie Lewis.
Willie Lewis, Mr.
Yes,
Willie Lewis. Okay, and you know I'm Stephen Harris. Everybody know what type of work that I do. Being a crusader for justice, fighting, advocating. In the state of Mississippi and outside the state of Mississippi. And when I say injustice, I'm speaking in reference to anything that looked like an injustice. I really hate it when officers abuse their authority just because they got a badge on, and they overstep their boundaries to do things that would be classified as police brutality, excessive force. But then when you analyze it from a root perspective, when you analyze it from different standpoints, you say, well, why do these white cops engage in police brutality? And the only thing that I can simply say is that all because when they was reared by their grandparents, when they was reared by the household and the upbringing and their bloodline. I feel that their elders and their bloodline taught them to be racist, just like you have not all white folks, but you have a certain category of white people that they would even train their dog to hate black people, and teaching hate and so forth. And so, I think that, all of that, all of that psychological upbringing with these officers, and then a lot of white cops have been bullied when they was little. They didn't have their way, and then a lot of them are card carrying members. A lot of them are card carrying members of the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, I said it. They are card carrying members of the Ku Klux Klan. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here. You know what I'm saying, to expose an injustice that happened in Tupelo, Mississippi, with this brother right here. You know what I'm saying? He traveled all the way from Pensacola, Florida, to express the situation to me or whatever. In regards to the police officers in Tupelo, Mississippi, subjecting him to police brutality, where they pulled him over while he was driving. They didn't have proper calls. It's so many different elements to his situation, and it's real crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to touch bases on it and kind of elaborate on it myself because, God forbid, but I'm thankful I wasn't in the car with that brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have just stood by and watched those officers subject this brother to police brutality, punching him, beating him. The video is going to be merged with these interviews, and the general public is going to see what Tupelo Police Force did. And like I say, once the video, the actual footage of what the police in Tupelo, Mississippi did, once it's revealed to the general public, then we're asking, we're demanding, on various levels, that the MBI gets involved, that the FBI gets involved, that the United States Department of Justice gets involved. We are seeking for some type of transparency, some type of accountability, because can this stuff continue to go on and there's no accountability? It's like free reign, or perhaps, shall I say, is it open season on black people? Now, if it's open season on black people, then the Second Amendment gives leverage to the right to bear arms, to anybody and everybody, including kids, your kids, your cousins, and everything else. You know what I'm saying? But now, something need to be done in Tupelo, Mississippi. Something need to be done in the state of Mississippi, period. Because I would suggest that that officers take a psychological evaluation test before they get their badge. Before they finalize their application and so forth. I think that officers need to take a psychological evaluation. You know what I'm saying, to determine if in fact they racist. Now, if you racist, you can't be no cop. You know what I'm saying? That just point blank period, because you know what I'm saying, that right there is a combination that's not going to fit. It's not going to balance itself out. So you racist and you a cop, then you know what I'm saying, that just don't fit. You feel me? Because you ain't nothing but a walking time bomb. You feel me? You're a walking time bomb. You know, uh, I do stand I stand and support the blue. But at the same time, Islam, you know, if an officer is corrupt, if an officer is engaged in police brutality, then you know, you my enemy. I'm just gonna be real with you, you know what I'm saying? But if you upholding the law and you know and you helping the people and stuff and you serving the community, you know what I'm saying, that we you know we did all right, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know what I'm saying, if you acting in a capacity like, you know what I'm saying, like you a card carrying member of the Ku Klux Klan and we enemies. You know what I'm saying? We can't be on one accord. We can't be on one accord, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, what they did to this brother, man, was wrong, man. They punched him and beat him and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Multiple cops in Tupelo, Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Got the man down, man. Talking about putting all type of unlawful tactics and knee compressions and all type of stuff on the man, you know what I'm saying? Then after they did it, they start bragging about it. You know, they start talking, start talking smack about what they did. You know what I'm saying? Now, just imagine if someone was just to, you know, just walk up to them while they're in plain clothes and you know, and just greetings, brother. Greetings, my brother. Uh, this is Steve Harris coming to you all live. I'm doing an interview on this brother of mine. And brother, can you state your information for the record?
Yes, sir. My name is Willie Earl Lewis.
Willie Earl Lewis.
Yes, sir.
And where you from? Where you from, brother?
Well, originally I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Um, you know, I have people up here this way in the Mississippi area, so I come quite up here. I come through this way quite often.
Okay, brother. And what brings you to the Civil Rights Coalition to collaborate with myself, Stephen Harris? Um, I'm sure you have a story to tell, brother.
I do. Well, the reason for my visit here today is so that I can seek some justice on something or incident that I was involved in back in February of last year, 2020.
And can you tell the general public in the world what happened to you while driving black in Mississippi?
Well, yes, sir, I certainly can, and I have a statement prepared, if I may.
You may.
Uh, yes, sir. On the evening of Friday, February the 28th of 2020, I was involved in an incident where I was assaulted by the Tupelo police and Tupelo Narcotics Department during a traffic stop. I had just finished dropping my cousin off at approximately 10 p.m. that night. As I got to where Green Tea Road and Thomas Street meet, I made a left turn. As I made a left, I noticed a white SUV type vehicle. Just as I passed, I looked in my rearview mirror and saw the vehicle go down and make a U-turn, turning its blue lights on. This is when I realized that the vehicle I had just passed while making my left turn was a police officer. For a second, though, however, I did not know if the officer was trying to pull me over or not until he got up on me. By the time he got up on me, I was just about to make a left turn to go onto the ramp on Highway 6 East. That's there in Tupelo, Mississippi. I was afraid to pull over immediately as it is very uh, I'm sorry, I was afraid to pull over immediately as it is very pitch black dark in that area and felt it would be safer for me to go to a more lighted area. As I made the left turn onto the ramp, I then turned my hazard lights on to at least let the officer know that I see your lights. However, I still did not feel safe pulling over as I was still in a dark area and also having in my mind, what did I do wrong? When I got to the intersection of Highway 6 East and Gloucester, I got into the left lane and made a stop at the traffic light. An officer approaches my vehicle from the rear driver's side, and shouts, giving the command, "Let me see your hands." My hands were on the steering wheel the whole time. He then gives the command, "Roll your window down." I informed him that my window does not let down, sir. He then proceeds to open my car door. When he opens my car door, he gives the command, "Unbuckle your seatbelt." I then did so. He gives the command, "Step out of the vehicle." I told him, "No, sir, I do not have to step out of the vehicle for a traffic stop. What did you pull me over for?" He then says, "If you don't step out of the vehicle now, I will send the dog in after you." I told him with even more authority and getting nervous too, "No, sir, I am not coming out of my vehicle. What did you pull me over for?" All the while, my hands are on the steering wheel. At this time, I look in my rear view mirror and I see that there are at least 5 police vehicles all around. 2 officers then approach my vehicle from my driver's side, giving the command, "Get out of the car," pulling my arms and trying to pry my hands from the steering wheel and dragging me out of my car. And there is video evidence of this, by the way. There were also officers that came from the passenger side as well. Excuse me. Once I was out of the vehicle, I was thrown against my car, hit multiple times in my head, and thrown to the ground. Once I was on the ground, I was kneed in my back and my head was pushed down on the asphalt, causing an abrasion or several abrasions on my head and bruises throughout my chest, neck, and back area. While handcuffed, I was then brought up. When I came up, I remember saying and talking to an officer saying I was just trying to get into a more lighted area because there have been so many incidences that had just that has happened. He then goes, "The reason that so many different incidences happen is because you're dumb ass, you didn't stop, and that's why you're going to jail." I was then put into an unmarked white police vehicle. While in the unmarked white police vehicle, my face was wiped off by med staff that was called to the scene. Also, while in the unmarked police vehicle, a gentleman that claimed to be a supervisor of the officers approached me asking me what happened. I told him that I saw that the officer had his lights on, attempting to pull me over. However, I wanted to get to a more lighted area, and I had my hazard lights on. I told him the officer comes up to the car and tells me to get out of the car. I then told him that I do not have to get out of the car for a traffic stop. He didn't even tell me what I had even got pulled over for. The gentleman who claims to be the supervisor who I was talking to then says to me, "Well, did he have a chance to? You didn't stop." I then told him, "Well, sir, again, I do not have to get out of the car due to a traffic stop." He goes, "Oh, really?" I said, "Oh, really?" He then becomes sarcastic with me and says, "Well, we'll see how that holds off in court." I then told him, "Sir, your guys beat me up for no reason." He then says, "We are done here," and asks me to put my legs back in the unmarked police vehicle and shuts the door. Maybe 15 to 30 minutes from that, I was taken to jail for booking.
Okay, brother. That is very unfortunate, man. And man, I really hate that it happened to you, man. And with everything that's going on in the country, dealing with systemic racism, dealing with racist cops, these undercover Ku Klux Klan wearing badges, white supremacy wearing badges. It's a lot going on in the United States right now. It's almost as if we're on the brink of war. It's like we're on the brink of war. But now there are many ways to fight these devils. So from my understanding, you just traveling through the state of Mississippi, and you was getting ready to head back home, where you have a residence in Pensacola, Florida. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I was up from Pensacola visiting family and friends in Tupelo. I had just finished dropping my cousin off, and you know, because we had been riding all that day. We had rolled up to Memphis. We had went out to the Delta, out in Greenwood, Mississippi, and you know, we had just been riding all day, and I had just dropped her off about 10 o'clock that evening, and from there I was actually on my way to my sister's house, who lives in Tupelo.
Okay, and just based on what they did to you, you are seeking justice, right?
I am definitely seeking justice. That is correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, and from my understanding, they fabricated and falsified a whole lot of misdemeanor charges to make it appear that you failed to yield, that you violated misdemeanor law.
Yes, sir. That is correct. They claim that in the police report that that my that my windshield was cracked. They claim to not or that I was not wearing my seatbelt, which I was, because the gentleman, when he approached my car, actually asked me to unbuckle my seatbelt. And the video clip will actually show that I did indeed have my seatbelt on when he approached my vehicle. So and actually there were the charges that they have on me. There were more charges than that. They did have on there, in addition to the other bogus charges that I have currently, they did have no insurance. But what I did was I went up to the court building myself and showed them that I did indeed have insurance. So that that charge was taken off, but I'm still yet facing the other. And in my opinion, that even that charge would not have been on there had the officer came up to my car and did the correct procedure and asking for my license and registration. Then he would have found out that I did indeed have insurance in the first place.
And for the record, brother, I want you to tell the general public that you served in the military under what branch?
Yes, sir. I did serve in the military. I served in the United States Navy.
Okay, and what was your well, we're not gonna get into your MO
Yes,
right
sir.
now. But you did serve in the military.
I did. Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay, and like when people are in the military, they have like military credentials and stuff and all
Yes,
that
sir.
right there.
Yes, sir.
And so basically, you believe in that you believe in the equal rights under the United States of America.
Yes, sir. Well, yes, sir. Even for the short period of time that I did serve uh, in the Navy or serve in the military, you know, I did serve my country proudly, um, and I just feel that this is the time that this needs to come back to me. That justice needs uh, to come in my favor. That I am the one now that needs to be served. It uh, needs to be served justice respectfully.
And do you believe that those cops were acting belligerent and racist?
I do indeed believe that. I do indeed believe that, because I mean, for one, they really did not have a reason to pull me over anyway. Um,
And then for two, how can you see a seatbelt in the dark?
that is correct. At 10 o'clock at night. I mean, we all know, although we'll never hear that from them. I mean, we all know uh, why they pulled me over in the first place.
Okay, well, talk black to me. Talk black to me. So basically, they pulled you over all because you was black.
I do believe so. Now, you know, there in that area, from what I understand, there is a lot of high rate crime or whatever, but not every black man or every Latino man or uh, every brown guy or whoever is going around selling drugs. You know, you do have law-abiding citizens that live in that area. So,
right. And so what they did to you, man, I seen the video, man. I am gonna merge the video clip with this video, this interview with this brother right here, man. And I want the general public to see it. I want the internal affairs of Tupelo, Mississippi to see it. I want the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I want the FBI to see it. We're going to be not just talking about it, but now we're going to put it on paper. How that sound? We're going to put it on paper. You know what I'm saying? We're going to litigate. We're going to fight this. By me being a crusader of justice, we're going to fight this. By any means necessary, we got to fight it because we are at war. We're at war with these white supremacies and these rogue police officers. And so it is what it is, man. We are living in that time right now, you know. The brother thankful that he survived because he could have been dead. He could have been shot down. Like they've been shooting down a lot of our brothers and sisters all over the country. You know what I'm saying? But now, the brother's still here. He's still breathing. He's still standing tall, and he lived to tell his story.
Sure, appreciate that.
Give me your hand. Wait. All right, I got cuffs. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Give me his right arm. Stand by this. I'm going to cooperate. Oh my God. So we got him in custody. Please get me up. Tell me we don't work for you. Dude, why are you doing this? Roll over on your part. Huh? When I count to 3, you stand up. I am. 1, 2, 3. Why are you guys against this car? Why? Why are you doing what you're doing? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. Yes, you did. Dude, I was trying to get. You didn't stop. I was trying to get to a place. I was trying to get to a place where it's going to be some light. Stop. Well, then you refused to get out the car. You know why it's going on? Because your dumb ass does shit like that. That's why it's going on. No, sir. Yeah, that is so wrong. That is so. For what? I didn't do anything wrong. Get out of here with that. Can I have my phone, please? Wait, let the medic check him out. I'm going to put him in the back. Dude, move your leg. Freaking legs. Okay. I was scared off in there with the dog. So that thing was going to get him out of the car. I came up, I see y'all pull my car. They'll grip on that steering wheel. They gotta hold that steering wheel, it's hard to get them out of the car. Yeah. Yeah.
Let that switch clear, y'all.
We were both put it on him and he wasn't doing nothing. He
I was
wasn't
like, I'm just gonna go. Y'all had him. I was like, I'm gonna go back and get the dang dog. Gotta get him out. There ain't no room to. I mean, there ain't no room for 2 people in a doorway.
I'm about to start hitting on the floor.
I was rolling with him.
Don't stop nobody but God.
Shoot, I lit him up at South Thomas and Green Tea.
Yeah, I heard. And you all the way down here.
So I was telling him, I said, he's still rolling. He's still rolling. We're doing 30 miles an hour. Still rolling.
I just got through that. What rotor you go around?
Dang!
Woo!
LT!
Where'd you light him up at?
Green Tea and South Thomas.
Me and him
I jumped out at gunpoint, told him put his hands up, I walked, I went ahead and holster up, go ahead and step out. Uh-oh.
We're on Green Tea, near I didn't go today.
Can't I roll me a record if nobody's called for one.
I done forgot to call these sitting. I was going on down the hall. 899, 359. Yeah.
Huh? I took somebody's something to the damn nuts.
Alright, y'all good. I'm getting.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
We're coming through.
Oh, on that side. Yeah.
So sorry I messed up, man. I was just scared, man. There's so much stuff going on, dude. I didn't do nothing.
Okay,
wrong.
well, we can cross it.
K94 on tack. Florida 27, Lincoln 200 885 75448 Repeating, Lincoln 200 885 75448
Good.
Whew. Yeah. Damn, squashed me. Oh. I think stupidity. Florida. About halfway down, about below the hill, he turned his flashers on. And I was like, I wonder what he's gonna do at this intersection. He stopped. I jumped out and drew down on it. He put his hands up and then grabbed the steering wheel. So I went ahead, I saw Dan, so I come up, got the door open. Holster went to grab one of his arms and he tensed up. He said, oh, I ain't getting out of the car. Yes, sir, you are.
He would not get out.
He wouldn't get out.
We finally had to do some braking.
Oh, Florida. Well, that explains a lot.
We had to do some braking stuff.
Dan's hollering, get him off of me. I'm on top of him, somebody's on my back, I'm sandwiched. I don't know what I've done.
We're going through good.
Go ahead. Negative, I ain't even.
Willie Earl Lewis out of Pensacola, Florida. And it looks like it's valid. There's no history listed on it. Somehow they've got no tag issued to 3 different vehicles under that same individual's name. So at some point before they tow it, you give me a VIN or the last 4 on the VIN to verify which one it is.
10-4, you ready for it?
Go ahead.
1, George, 2, Henry, X-ray, 5, 4, King, 2, Young, 424, 4-5, 6-9, 1 George, 2 Henry, X-ray, 5-4 King, 2 Young, 4-2, 4-4, 5-8-9. Correction, 5-6-9.
10-1%.
Is that you over there?
Yes, I'm trying to give him a V&E.
Public school, sir.
He got all kind of paperwork and stuff back here.
Eastern Road 2020. Hello. I'll back to you. 2220.
He's discovered buttons he didn't even know was in there tonight. We're laughing at you.
Big see if you can figure that out. Turn the lights on, it comes on.
You got something going on. He's like, hold on, let me look at something. Where'd Dan go? Huh? Where'd Dan go?
Right there.
Oh, I got him fixed. He's got all kind of buttons in here. That's ignorant. That's crazy. You gotta. It's weird. Like if you throw it all the way to 3, like all the rest of them, your lights and sirens, everything comes on. But if you turn the light switch back off, the sirens still go on. But you gotta hit
that on that 2?
Yeah, it's on 2. That's all of them.
Okay. Is that front 2?
Yeah. One's just your rear.
I'll have to figure out that 3 then. Sirens just come on with 3. It ain't supposed to.
But you can't. You got to hit a series of buttons to get everything. Like you've got a standby button lit up all the time. Is that right?
Supposed to be, yeah.
Okay. Well, then you have to hit the radio button to turn that off. But then, like if you have this, you got to hit another button to get it
started. That
got short in it, man.
I don't know.
Ooh, did you hear them shots? Some gunshots right there. Yes, sir.
Yep. That sounded like it's on Verona's side.
What's new there? Okay. Okay.
Stitch on it. They might glue it, but it's time.
Take them to the lease go.
Yeah, it's going to scab over.
Just glad y'all came. Cleared it up.
It sounded like it's on Verona's side, maybe.
Victor, please.
Yeah, well, can you reset your radio?
What record's coming?
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, right? Two 27.
Good gunshot. That dude's probably
Mm-hmm.
Y'all head down there. You say y'all that shots fired reported by Victor 2. Be between Highway 6 and on south toward Verona on South Gloucester. Going up.
He's moving all around the whole way, so I ain't gonna tell him.
I was going over the awning. I mean, going over the when you was coming. I couldn't get off right there at Southern Heights. I go all the way around to Thomas. Is that a crossroads?
I sat there.
Do I go left to Green Tea, or do I go right?
It confused me too.
Because then I almost passed it to get on, so I had to turn back.
I was like, we get up there, and I kept like, we're rolling. You know how it is on these slow roads. As soon as you call them out, what do they do? Like, he's still rolling. And then I'm like, whoa, he's finna go down the wrong side of 6. And then I realized that, no, that's the way the ramp is. It done made sense.
You ain't gonna convince him of nothing. Well, all right, well, he's been checked out, medics. He's good to go with the jail. And we're right on your record.
K9 4 on tax.
We'll head it on in.
What record you got coming?
My guys did.
Temple.
When you get down there, I don't want just a picture of this. I want pictures of everything. So when he comes back later on, claiming we heard him somewhere else.
12:45.
Okay.
45.
I want everything photographed except private areas.
They're just resisting. I mean, that's what happens.
Or at least when the waist goes.
Yeah, he got a death grip. He had me and Dan at the door, and Bill was trying to push him out. It took 3 of us to get him out of the car. And we like to never got his hands out from under.
He wants to slow roll that far and then not get out.
Yeah, from Green Tea and Thomas.
What he's got, his pants or shirt or nothing?
Yeah.
If he'd gotten out, he wouldn't be sitting back there right now.
Right. I mean, I didn't even just run up, you know, I approached tactically. Yeah. And he put his hands up, put his hand on the steering wheel. I felt coming up to holster up, Dan was there. And I was going to handcuff that left hand. And he wouldn't move. And I had to put my handcuffs back in.
He knows the law, so.
Oh, so do I. K94.
K94.
I'm 1015 one time around to that, so.
2231. Charlie 12. Thank you, good night. 2231. Buzz, you're at where? 2035.
10-4 dispatch, I'm out of there, so.
Officer, Charlie Court, Lincoln over George 4240, Lincoln over George 4240, South Officer, Charlie Court. South Officer, Charlie Court 2038.
Alright, come on out. Stand by that door. Great door.
2038.
Right here? Right here, correct?
Yes. You see any other doors? Sit on that bench.